So I've actually recorded this video once before, but turns out my microphone's broken. It wouldn't stop making horrible clicking noises. So here we go again. So my name's Sophie and I'm a musician, and I've been living in Spain for the last 14 months, and during coronavirus it's not been safe for me to go home and see my family, so I haven't. But it's finally time. I have to get my car MOT'd because it's been in Spain for a year. But because I had to take my car, I had to take a car ferry rather than a flight, which means that I have been on this boat now for, I think, upwards of 20 hours. It's 24 hours now I've been on this boat. But I actually spent 16 of those hours asleep, but I am now sat on the outer deck of the boat, and I thought I'd make a quick video on how to avoid seasickness because I have been suffering quite badly today. Don't drink any alcohol. It's going to make you feel worse. Alcohol messes with your inner ear and your balance, and that's exactly what's happening with seasickness, and you just don't want to make it worse, so don't drink anything. Number 2, drink lots and lots of water. If you have something a little bit sugary, like apple juice, I have a carton here. That's also good. For me personally, I'm enjoying the apple juice. You might prefer to just drink water, but whatever it is, make sure you drink at least 3 litres of water. Tip number 3, if you can be outside for the whole of the journey, be outside for the whole of the journey. I've been out here, apart from the hours I've been asleep, I've been out here solidly. And I've been looking at the horizon. When the horizon wasn't there because of either fog or it was pitch black, I was just looking at the crests of the waves that were being caught by the light. And that was really helping me, it was helping my brain work out that we are moving. So that brings me on to my tip number 4, I think we're on. Don't read, don't watch movies on your phone, don't do anything that requires looking down and staring at something, because it's going to make you feel worse. If you just listen to some music, look out over the horizon and try and keep yourself focused on the fact that the boat is moving. That brings me on to point number 5. Quite often it's not just the motion that's making you feel sick, right? You can probably hear in the background of this video. I'll just turn up the background noise quickly for you. That noise is the engine. Obviously, I'm on a massive boat. It's got a massive engine. It's not only sending vibrations through the ship, but I can actually hear it running. It's making me feel quite sick, this vibration of the engine. I found that if I listen to some music, it kind of tunes out the rumbling noise of the engine and helped me not feel so sick. So again, it might be different for you guys. Try it out for yourself, maybe next time you're in a car or on a boat. Point number 6, if you walk around, you'll feel better. If you're sat stationary, your brain thinks you're stationary, but it can feel that you're moving and it confuses it. If you're walking around, your brain realizes A, that you're moving, B, it'll keep your blood running quicker, which again helps your brain work better, and C, if you're walking around the edge of the ship, you're going to be looking at the horizon a lot, and that's really going to help you. Obviously, don't tire yourself out though. Take breaks, sit down, relax a little bit, make sure you're listening to your music. Tip number whatever we're on now. I haven't eaten anything heavy. I've had bread with a little bit of chorizo, some cheese and some pepper on it. Just eat something light that's going to fuel your body but not make you feel full and heavy. Apart from anything else, if you are sick, it's going to be less pleasant if you've eaten steak and cheese. I thought of another thing. When you're finding somewhere on the ship that you can sit and that you're going to be comfortable, bear in mind that depending on where you are on the boat, it's going to feel different. So if you're at the front or the back, it's going to go up and down a lot. If you're on one of the sides, it's going to go up and down like that a lot. If you're in the middle, you're going to be sort of going up and down and backwards and right in all directions, but you'll be doing it to a less of a degree. So you need to work out whether or not you prefer being moving side to side or up and down. The other thing is that I haven't mentioned in this video either taking tablets or those little wristband things that you can get for travel sickness, because I've never tried either of them, so I can't comment on their efficacy. But try them for yourselves, watch the videos, let me know in the comments whether or not you prefer to just try and avoid taking any medication like I do, or whether you prefer to just pop a couple pills and go to sleep. Because I'm really curious to know how people deal with those pills, because I've never tried them, and if I'm doing this a lot, then I might need to. But yeah, let me know in the comments. those are my top tips for avoiding seasickness. Now, here's some tips if you are going to be sick. If you're the kind of person that you know you're going to be sick, then there's some preparations you can take before you even start the journey. So, when you're in the harbour, that's the calmest the ferry is going to be, right? When the boat is still moored up and there's still cars getting on board, it's the calmest it's going to be. So, if you're really bad with seasickness, I know this sounds crazy, but get on the boat quicker. Get to the ferry terminal nice and early, make sure you're at the front of the queue, so they put you on the ferry nice and quick, and then once you're on the ferry, you're going to have a little bit more time before the ferry starts moving in order to get everything sorted. This is your best chance to get down into your cabin and sort out all of the things you need to sort out to give yourself the best possible chance of sleeping properly and not being sick. So, when you get in, first thing you need to do is get down to your cabin, get in the door. Sometimes it's quite hard to you've just got to kind of yank the handle and shove and set everything up for a good night's sleep. You want to make sure your pillow is comfortable. You want to make sure that your duvet isn't underneath you. Move it over to the side of the bed so that you're able to get into bed as quickly as possible when it's time. The next thing you want to do is turn your air conditioning down. 15 degrees is where I had it last night, and that was perfect because it meant it was nice and cool outside the duvet, and my head and neck were really nice and cool, which was helping me not feel sick. The next thing I recommend doing is plugging in your phone charger, getting your bedside table completely empty, but having a bottle of water on it, ready to go, a fresh, full bottle of water, and have another one that you're drinking from during the evening. And get everything out of the way of your bed. And you don't want to be tripping over things, you want to get straight into bed. So the next thing I recommend doing, once you've checked out your cabin and made sure you know where everything is put a towel in front of the toilet, fold it up, make it nice and thick and spongy, put it in front of the toilet. So if you do rush in there, rather than bonking your knees down on the hard ground, you can bonk your knees down onto a soft towel. The other thing you might want to do is just get the bin next to your bed ready to go, just in case. The next thing that you should do is make sure you know where the closest outdoor space is to your room. Now for me, that meant I walked through one of the glass doors into the pet cabins, go out the other side of the pet cabins, and right there is a door where all the dogs get taken outside. If I really needed air really quickly, that was the closest one to me. There was also one directly up one set of flight of stairs, but it was a further walk, so I didn't really want to do that. You want to be drinking as much water as you can, basically. You want to get 2 or 3 litres into you in the day before you go to sleep, because if you're hydrated, your brain will work better. If you have thrown up, don't gulp water down, just rinse out your mouth. Don't brush your teeth if you think it's going to make you sick again, but just rinse out your mouth and sip water. Not big gulps, because that will shock your stomach and it will probably make you sick again. So just sip water continually, just a little tiny trickle at a time, little tiny mouthful at a time. Don't eat heavy foods. I already mentioned that. Just have some light salad, maybe a little bit of bread. Try not to fill yourself up with heavy foods that are going to be unpleasant on the way up, basically. Don't eat anything spicy. Don't have anything that's too acidic. Just some nice light food, healthy food. Another tip, stay outside. Stay warm though. I've got a thick hoodie on. I've got a duck down jacket, and I've got this thick jacket on, but I've got them undone. Actually I haven't. I did have them undone, which meant that I get a nice breeze to my chest, which keeps me kind of cool, stops me sweating, but I'm nice and warm inside the jacket still. You don't want to have loads of stuff in your pockets because of this next tip. When you get inside, that's the worst point, is when you go in the door to when you lie down in your bed. So I cannot stress it enough. You should really have empty pockets and a jacket that you can easily take on and off. When I take off these jackets, they all come off as one, and then I can just slip my arm back in and treat it as it's all one big jacket. And I don't have anything in my pockets except for my phone and my headphones and my juice. That's all I've got with me. And that means that when I do go downstairs, I can take off everything at once, throw my shoes off, and lie flat on my back on my bed. This is the best location. Lie flat on your back and just feel yourself going with the boat. Listen to some music, plug your phone in if you need to, sip some water, but just lie down, close your eyes, try and get to sleep as quick as possible. Final tip is probably the most important one. Carry a sick bag around with you everywhere. You can get them from all of the members of staff. Just ask a member of staff or go to the reception, go to the advice point and just ask them for a couple of sick bags, and just put one in all of your pockets so that you are as prepared as possible in case you're caught while you're walking along the corridor somewhere. I think that's it, really. I might add some more during this journey because I'm on this boat for another 6 hours. But yeah, that's it, really. Those are my top tips for how not to be sick and how to make being sick a less horrible experience if you do have to be sick. That's a long title. I should think of something better than that. Anyway, I hope this video has been informative, and I hope that it's helped anyone with any kind of anxiety about travel and feeling sick. And if you do travel and you do feel sick, I hope this helps, because it's definitely helped me. I've had a lot better of a journey this time around than I did when I came out to Spain. Because when I came out to Spain, I drank, I stayed inside, I watched the music at the bar, I watched the live music, I played cards, I came out a little bit but not very much, and it was just horrible, and falling asleep was horrible because I lay on my side and I spent ages getting into bed to try and make it all comfy. This time around, stayed outside the entire time, listened to music, drank loads of water, didn't eat anything heavy, went downstairs, lay straight down in bed on my back, took my shoes off and my jacket off, but that was it, fell asleep, done, sorted. So yeah, I hope that's been helpful. And I'm going to be uploading another video in the next couple of days about my whole trip to England, why I'm going, all of that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, I'm gonna see y'all later. Bye!